Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something every language learner goes through. The struggles, the frustrations, the I'm gonna quit moments, and more importantly, how to actually face them and keep going. I've been learning languages for years. Some successfully, some not so much. And I've also dug into what linguists and polyglots say about this journey. So this isn't about just theory. I've lived these battles and I know how do they feel. Let's break down the biggest obstacles in learning a language and how to tackle them without losing your sanity. Number 1. Motivation drops after the honeymoon phase. You know that feeling when you start learning a language and it's all exciting? You're like, yes, I'm gonna be fluent in 6 months. Then, 3 weeks later, you're staring at the list of irregular verbs thinking, why am I doing this to myself? At the start, motivation is pure excitement, but over time, you hit the grind phase, where progress is slower and the novelty wears off. Shift from motivation to habit. Do not wait to feeling like it, rather set a small, consistent routine. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day beats a 3-hour cram session once a week. Track your wins. Write down the first time you understand a native speaker speaking on TV without subtitles, or the first time you order in that language. Those small victories are fuel. For me, I hit this wall learning Italian. The excitement of ciao and grazie wore off fast, but keeping a tiny daily routine and tracking my first real conversations kept me hooked. Number 2. Fear of speaking and making mistakes. I've seen this so many times. People can read and understand a lot, but freeze when they have to speak. Why does it happen? Our brains are wired to avoid embarrassment. Mistakes feel like public failure, even though they are actually part of the process. Reframe mistakes as proof that you're learning. Even if you're not making mistakes, you're probably not pushing yourself enough. Find low-pressure speaking spaces, language exchanges, online conversation apps, even talking to yourself while cooking. Micro goals. Instead of I need to have 30-minute conversation, try I will ask one question in this language today. I remember speaking Spanish in Madrid for the first time and accidentally asking a waiter if I could wear the menu instead of seeing it. We both laughed and honestly, that broke my fear barrier. Number 3. Platooning. That I'm not improving feeling. This one is brutal. You go from zero to understanding basics and then nothing seems to move. In the intermediate stage, progress is less visible. You're still improving, but it's not as obvious as when you first started. Change your input. If you've only been studying textbooks, immerse yourself more in podcasts, YouTube, or music. Switch the challenge. Instead of just studying grammar, try writing a short diary entry or summarizing a movie plot in the language. Seek feedback. Sometimes you're improving but can't really see it. A tutor, a language partner, or a friend can point it out more easily. When I was learning French, I stayed in the can I order food or ask for directions stage for months. What got me out was joining a French movie club. I struggled at first, but after a few weeks, I realized I could follow entire conversations. Number 4. Lack of time. Life is busy. Work, studies, family, and now I'm telling you to learn a whole new language to that. We think we need massive blocks of study time, which is unrealistic for most people. Use microlearning. 5 minutes on a commute, listening to a podcast while walking the dog, or reviewing flashcards during lunch. Integrate the language into daily life. Change your phone settings, label things around your house, follow social media accounts in that language. Stack it with existing habits. While brushing your teeth, listen to one language audio. When you make a coffee, review 3 new words. I learned most of my intermediate French during my commute. It felt like stolen time, but it added up to hours every week. Number 5. Overwhelm from too many resources. Textbooks, apps, podcasts, YouTube channels, grammar blogs. You can end up collecting resources instead of actually learning. We mistake having resources for using them. It's a kind of productive procrastination. Pick one main resource and one support resource. For example, one manual structure plus one audio disc for listening and pronunciation. Set resource rules. No new apps or books for a month. Commit to what you're using already. Focus on progress, not perfection. You don't need the perfect method, you need the consistent one. I used to hoard language books. At one point I had 5 different Spanish grammar guides and barely opened any. Now I stick to 2 main resources and actually make progress. Number 6. Comparing yourself to others. You see someone on Instagram speaking 5 languages fluently and you think, I'm so far behind. Why does it happen? We forget that people show their best moments online, not the hours that they spent struggling. Compare only to your past self. Are you better than what you were 3 months ago? That's the real metric. Use others as inspiration, not competition. Learn from their methods, but stay on your path. Once I met a polyglot friend who spoke 8 languages and I felt tiny until he told me it took him 15 years and many failures. That was a wake-up call. Language learning is a long game. The obstacles are real. I failed every single one of them, but they are not roadblocks, they are just speed bumps. If you treat them as part of the journey, you will keep moving forward. So, pick one tip from today and apply it today. Not tomorrow, not next Monday. Start small, keep going, and celebrate every step. If you faced any of these obstacles, drop your story in the comments. I would love to hear them. And if you found this useful, give it a like and subscribe for more language learning tips. See you next time.